welcome to my channel Iballdesigningdeveloper. So imagine you're working on a critical project and suddenly realize an important file was accidentally modified or even deleted. What if you could simply roll back time and restore the exact version you need? That's where Azure Blob versioning comes in. So with Blob versioning, Azure automatically maintains previous versions of your data whenever it's updated or overwritten. This means you can access, restore or even recover older versions of your files instantly, protecting you against accidental changes, data corruption or malicious activity. So in this video, we will be understanding that what is concept of blob versioning in Azure storage and why we use it in Microsoft Azure. So if you understand this amazing video in which we will be learning about concept of blob versioning in Azure storage, so remember to hit a like to this amazing video, and if you're new on this channel and want to see more videos like this, so remember to subscribe, and after subscribing hit notification bell so you can get the notifications of all my videos which I will be uploading in future. So now what we are waiting for, let's move to computer screen and let's get dive into it. Alright, so now we're on the computer screen, and like I've told you in the start that today in this video I will be telling you that basically how concept of blob versioning works in Microsoft Azure or in Azure storage. We have already understood about Azure storage in the previous videos, that how we can create an account of Azure storage, how we can use it, how we can maintain an app in Azure storage, all that, and I hope you understand all that things which I have explain you in the previous videos. But in this video I will be explaining you what is blob versioning, or what's the concept of blob versioning in Azure storage, which is really compulsory, or you can say which is really important to understand here. So in this article we will learn how to use blob versioning in Azure storage. Azure storage can automatically version blobs for you. Let's see how that works in the actual portal, or you can say in Azure portal. We already have an Azure storage account. To use blob versioning, we need to enable it from the data protection menu of the blob section. So it is just explaining me that if you want to use blob versioning, so first of all you need to understand basically what is blob versioning in Azure storage, and Azure storage can automatically version blob for you, which is through blob versioning. And in this video we will be understanding that how it works in Azure portal, because we have already understood how we can create an Azure storage account, and to use blob versioning we need to enable it from data protection. And how we can enable it from data protection, we need to go to the menu of blob section, which you will find in the dashboard of your Azure storage account. We have understood how we can create an Azure storage account, and just simply if you have already created an Azure account, so you need to just move to your Azure storage account dashboard, and after moving to dashboard you need to search for data protection in the menu, or you can say in the sidebar you will be getting data protection when you will be scrolling down. After selecting data protection, from there you need to select blob section. After selecting blob section you will be getting data protection enabled from down, and then it will be working for you. So remember, before starting blob versioning you need to enable data protection from your menu, so that we can use blob section here in our Azure storage account. After enabling it, you need to version it and save it. How you have to save it? Simply this is the way. In this diagram you can see that we have to turn on versioning for blobs. After turning on versioning for blobs, we need to turn on blob change feed. You will be also getting these all things in data protection when you will be pressing this tab, as I told you at the top. And now let's use it. Now here you can see it is saying me now let's use it. Here in containers we have a blob container. Now that's the way how you can use a blob, or you can say how you can create a blob container. And after getting this container you need to see that the blob container which you are getting, you already have it or not. If you don't have it, you need to again create it by enabling your data protection again from the top. And after doing that you need to turn on versioning for blobs, and you need to also turn on blob change feed, and then in containers you will already have a blob container printed there. And now if you want to understand how you can use these containers, so for that you need to upload a new file to it, and we have a simple text file that contains a simple text shown below. Here in this diagram you can see this, or if you want to search about containers, so you can just see this diagram when you will be creating your container using this blob container. So you can just search anything here in this search box. If you want to search about anything, like if you don't know how this blob work, or if you want to search like how we can create a new blob, or how we can create a new storage account so that we can enable data protection in that and use blob versioning there, so you can just search all these things here. But Now we have uploaded a new file to it, and we have a simple text file that contains a simple text as shown below. So you will be also getting this simple text when you will be creating your blob container, and when you will be running it, so you will be getting this file downloaded in your system automatically. And after this file will be downloaded, you have to open this file, and you will be getting same like text as I am getting here, which will be saying you version 1. You can also see in this diagram, which is saying me when I have opened this file, so it is saying me the text version 1, because it's refer me that the version you are using of blob container is version 1, or if you are using any other version, so you will be getting in notepad that version name written here. But in this case, like I was using version 1, so that's the reason in this text file I am getting this text saying version 1. And after that, you need to upload this file or upload whole the container which you have created at the top in Blob. How you can upload it to Blob? It's really easy. You need to just select this file and you can drag and drop it in your Azure storage account. If you have enabled the data protection from the top, so automatically it will be taking you from the dashboard to the Blob section like this. You will be getting the interface, and after taking to the Blob section, you just need to give the file name there. You can give any file name, like in this case I have written file name as mydoc.txt. you can just see in this diagram. And if you already have this file, so you can overwrite it if file already exists. If you don't have this file, so you don't need to select this checkbox. But I was getting this file, I have not ticked this because I have not uploaded the file yet. But if you have, so you can tick this and you can move to advanced to see what things are like what changes you can do in this file, or what things you can include in this if you want to do that. So you can just select this advanced tab to see that all. And after understanding all the things and after selecting this file and all that, uploading all the files and Blob, so you have to press this upload button. Now you can just see again the other text is showing me. Now let's do that again. This is the same file, but let's change its contents to version 2 and save it. So now if I'm doing same thing with version 2, how we can do it? Simply you need to again move to your Blob section. You need to again enable data protection from your Azure storage account dashboard, and after that you need to again see the file which you are getting will be automatically installed in your system or not. If it is installed, so you just need to double click the file, open it, so you will be getting again a similar text but in a different way, which will be version 2. Like previously when I have shown you the file, it was showing me the text version 1 because in that case I was using version 1. But if you are using other version, so you will be getting same name written of the version. Like in this case I am using version 2, so when I have opened my file, so it is showing me the text saying version 2 here. And we also indicate that it needs to override that existing file and upload. If you want to override this file mydoc.txt which we have created at the top in version 1, so you can press this override if files already exist. You can check this box, and after that you can just see it is giving me an error in this diagram which is saying me the following files already exist, mydoc.txt. But if you want to override that file, so you can overwrite it by checking this box. You can again move to advanced to see what changes you can do, and then in the current uploads it will be also showing you that you have already uploaded the file with same name, then why you are doing it. But if it's not really important, means this file is not having that much things or not important data, so you can replace this file or you can overwrite it because that file is important which you are creating second time. Moving down, if you want to do it one more time, again you will use the same file, and again we will change the version text inside the file and upload it again. So in this case again, if you want to do it one more time, so you need to again change the version. Like in this case I've changes the version to version 3 because at the top we have used version 1, version 2. So obviously the third time when we will be using it, so the version will be changed to version 3, like mydoc.txt. And when I have opened this file, so now the text which I am getting is version 3 written. Now we can go to the context of menu of this Blob and we can see the previous versions of it. How you can see the previous versions? This is the way. You can just move to the context menu of this Blob, and after moving to context menu you can just see the previous version of it by seeing all things, and all the previous versions will be listed as shown below here. Like at the top we were not getting that, but when you will be creating this file and when you will be creating your Blob, so you will be getting all these things when you will be pressing these 3 dots button which we are getting at the right side here in this diagram. You can just see when you will be pressing it, you will be also getting these all, you can say, context menu here, and you can select anything from here. If you want to see your previous versions in which you have used this Blob, so you can press this previous versions and you can just see. Like in this case at the top I have shown you how we have created different blobs in version 1, version 2 and version 3. So you can select previous version and you will be getting the blob of version 1 and version 2 as well. Moving down, if you want to understand how we can take a look like of one of them, this is one. As we can see, this version 1 is of a file, and you will be getting all the files like this, version 1, version 2, and you will be pressing that version. And here, this is the way how you can use these all things, which is .txt file and all that. So just if you want to show, let's check the current blob, and we will download it and open it, and this is the version 3, the current version which we are using, and this is the way to do that. And if you want to download and revert the versions of files, which is incredibly powerful and protects you from losing data, so for that you can use Azure storage, which can help you with this using blob versioning. And that's the thing about blob versioning, which you can understood here, in which you can download and revert versions of files incredibly powerfully, and it also protects you from losing data, which is a plus point here. And it also helps you, means Azure storage can help you with this using blob versioning, and only Azure storage can help you using blob versioning. You cannot do it with normal Microsoft Azure dashboard. You need to create a Azure portal, or you can say Azure account, Azure storage account, and from there you need to select data protection, because data protection is really important thing here in blob versioning, which you need to understand. If you don't if you are creating it Azure, like if you are creating normal Microsoft Azure account and doing that, so you will be not getting data protection tab there. You will be only getting data protection tab in Azure storage account. So you need to understand, if you want to use blob versioning, you need to use data protection tab, which you will be only getting in Azure storage account. You need to enable it from the menu of blob section, and then you can create a blob and upload files in that to use blob versioning in Microsoft Azure. So I hope you understand how we are using blob versioning in Microsoft Azure, or how you can use Microsoft Azure blob versioning here. So if you understood this video, and if you understand this amazing thing which we have understood in this video, so remember to hit a like. And if you are new on this channel, want to see more videos like this, so remember to subscribe, and after subscribing, hit notification bell so you can get the notifications of all my videos which I will be uploading in future. So just I will be meeting you next tutorial or in next project using Microsoft Azure or any other language. So for today, goodbye.